Yeah. Yeah, it always seemed like he
Whoa.
was doing it just to have fun, but you know, throughout the book he said something like you're always behind, you're always in debt.
Wow,
He
that's crazy. I did not. Yeah,
what was it?
that's crazy.
Uh
How he like took a vacation.
yeah, he was always putting money into it. It was like he
Better.
couldn't catch up. He couldn't make up the money. And then there was this one time he went on vacation, and when he came back, there was like a surprise. Is
Oh,
like
you
his
were
business had
breaking up a little.
grown,
What?
and he saw his return coming back. But
Oh,
he
you broke
always
up
kept
there
trying
for
to
like a
grow,
little
and he was
bit.
always trying to sell beer.
You broke
Um,
up for like 30 seconds. What? Before he MacGyvered
Hello?
the system.
Yeah, and he had acquired. Yeah, and he came
Uh
back, and his
huh.
business was doing better, better than expected. Um, Also, I think when he started to scale up, he acquired this um, like this really
Yeah, the
MacGyvered
pale ale.
system that he's brewing beer out of. He's just
Yeah,
trying to
like
get
it
what he
was like
could.
a very small craft beer community. Huh? Yeah, they definitely have their own
Um,
style here. And yeah, what's up?
let's see what
Can you hear
else.
me?
Yeah, yeah, and then when Lagunitas came out,
Hello,
you had really hoppy
Jake.
beers,
Can
and
you
I
hear me?
think there wasn't a
Hello, can you
large
hear me?
market for hoppy beers at that time. I think Sierra
Yeah,
Nevada
can you hear
was
me, Jake?
one of the first people to introduce the hoppier beer, at least to California. And then
Um,
Lagunitas contributed to that market.
hello.
Albert?
Hello. Okay, what's up, listeners? So you can tell that there's a break because we recorded audio and we lost the file. So we're going to do a speed round here, right quick. Tony Magee, MacGyvering equipment. Can you talk to us about that?
Yeah. So basically, Tony went to the foothills and found this guy who had some weird equipment that ended up working out to uh, brew beer in. And so Tony started brewing beer in that weird equipment that was never meant to brew beer in.
Huh. That kind of sounds like your guys' story, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So, uh, so I used to brew beer with my roommates back in college, and I started off with myself, and I did it horribly. Did not work out. Did not end well. And so basically, my roommate's dad used to brew beer, and so he let us use his old equipment, and we kind of had to MacGyver some equipment as well. We had to make a mash tun from uh, this Gatorade water bucket, and basically what we would do is we would boil water in this old Sierra Nevada cave, and then we would transfer all that boiled water through the mash tun, and then out the mash tun into this other Sierra Nevada keg. And we had to kind of MacGyver how we would transfer all that throughout the years that we brewed beer. But once we would, use the mash tun, let all the boil water, take out all the sugars from the grain, and let all it's called wort, unfermented beer into the other keg, we would then heat up the wort to the boiling stage where we would then add the hops. and you can add the hop at different points in the boiling stage to get different flavors from the hop. And you can also add other ingredients if you'd like at this point. Once we did that, we would have to cool it down with this really cool copper coil that we ran cold water through. So once we cooled down the wort, we had to drain that keg into our fermenters. And then once we put it in our fermenters, we would put the air filter on top, or the yeast, and then the air filter on top. Let it ferment, and during the fermentation process, we would also add a dry hop to it. Okay, now after the fermentation process, we would have to bottle it or keg it. What we would do for bottling was we would prepare the priming sugar, which is basically boiled down sugar for the yeast. So then once we did that, we added the priming sugar to our fermented beer at this point. So it gives a little snack to the yeast. Because once the beer goes into the bottles, you tap the bottle, and the yeast needs a little extra sugar to eat so it can create CO2. Uh-oh. Are we back?
Yeah, we're back. So CO2.
Yeah, so the yeast would naturally make CO2 in the bottle, and what would happen since the bottle was sealed is that all that pressure would force the CO2 to go into the beer, which makes the beer carbonated. That's one way we would carbonate our beer. The other way was we eventually got a little keg, and we transfer our beer into the keg and get a CO2 tank to infuse with the beer in the keg.
Yeah, and you put it in the little mini kegerator, right?
That's right, and we put that keg in the kegerator.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool invention. I'm pretty happy to have seen that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's brewing beer is pretty. It's a lot of hard work, but people still can keep on brewing.
Yeah, quite the science and art.
Yeah, and then today there's like people are. It's just a lot of science, and it's really like just going to the next level of how people are trying to like make the beer taste, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's so many ways you can go about it. I mean, with today, with the technology, I mean, you could pinpoint what flavor you want, just based on all this math.
Yeah.
And what kind of yeast strain you can use. You can make different kinds of yeast, and that gives it different kinds of flavor, different kinds of alcohol content, all this stuff. And that's actually what makes a lot of brews unique, is because they have their own yeast strain.
Yeah.
So you can buy Sierra Nevada yeast strain and make a Sierra Nevada beer.
Huh. Yeah. Yeah, my friend actually. I think you remember Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we were like walking around the store, and then there was just like a win this beer brewing kit today, and it was Sierra Nevada that was hosting the event. It was like text this number, and then I was like, huh. Like I jokingly said, like, yo, dude, you should text that number, and then he was like on his phone texting it, and then like 3 months later, he was like, dude, I won.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I just see like a beer like kid in his kitchen. I was like, that's super cool, man. Like, I actually thought he was kidding. But yeah, it's cool how like yeast and just is like that differentiator, you know, of how it,
Yeah.
like the taste of the beer. So
Yeah.
that's like the patents of like a company, you know, like having super unique yeast is like some like Google code or something, or you
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
like the secret ingredients.
So yeah, the secret sauce.
Yeah. Um. So cool. I think we did a pretty good job on that speed round. We got everybody caught up. We lost some really great information. Also, I want to touch on your competition brews. Like, how was that? Like the honey. Like, do you
Oh
want to
yeah,
touch on entering your beers?
sure. Yeah, well, I think we only entered, well, actually, we entered in one competition. We entered in 2 or 3 beers in that competition. So we got second place for in the double IPA category. It was our double honey IPA. We called it coffee IPA. It was quite delicious. It had a nice balance of sweetness and hoppiness. The color was a nice golden color. It was 8% alcohol content, ABV. Yeah, and that was pretty fun.
You guys used the local honey from the farmers market, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we used the local honey as well.
Yeah, that's like a truly like craft like homebrew, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah. We tried to
So
use a lot of the local products to
that's good.
create our beers.
Yeah, and that's something that like like a lot of these like smaller breweries are doing. It's a lot of like local stimulating with the local economy, a lot of local community. So that's I really like how I really like the beer community and how they do that. They bring people together. It's a pretty good
Yeah,
social aspect. Um, let's see.
yeah. And actually, on the social side of
Yeah,
beer,
what did you want to say?
Albert.
Hello.
Albert,
We lost
okay.
your connection for a little.
Are we back? So yeah, lost. I was gonna add a quick tidbit. So on the social side of beer, beer actually uses quite a bit of water, and with that, means that there's a lot of opportunity for the beer industry to kind of delve into the water conservation, especially since the past couple of years we've been in drought. California has been in a drought. So when breweries become very water conscious, kind of demonstrates good business practice.
Good business practices.
Yeah.
Hello. Okay. Yeah, we lost you for a little second.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I totally understand that. It's like the watering hole, like animals go into like a watering hole in like Africa or something, you know. But instead of that,
Yeah.
it's just it's just people drinking beer together.
Yeah.
But
the human watering hole.
Yeah. So the beer, crafting the beer revolution. Yeah, like craft beer was pretty weird when it first came out. Do you want to talk about like weird brews like that you've encountered?
Yeah. Yeah, so I went to this festival up in Humboldt called Strange Brew. And, well, people can make some pretty interesting things